Hello everyone, this is a part of a JavaScript playlist where we are going to learn about JavaScript by building small projects. So this is the first video of the series. So here we are going to code a very basic rock paper scissors game with JavaScript and a little bit of index, a little bit of HTML. So if you already familiar with some fundamentals or basics of JavaScript, you are good to follow it. And if you don't even, I'm going to try to explain everything with the Go. So you can definitely follow up with me and code yourself. So let's just start it. Okay. So in index.html, first just add some basic things, and this is a basic HTML structure we are going to working with. And yeah, we are just set the title with rock versus the tutorial, and now just added or linked our app.javascript file with our index.html, and this is nothing fancy right now. And yeah, and let's add some headings where we are going to show our computer choice and our own choices that we are going to choose, and also result where we are going to put who will win. मतलब user wins or the computer or etc. Okay, these are three headings. So let's, before going to further, let me just open up the index.html into the Chrome browser so we can see what we are going to develop. Okay, I'm going to use here a extension comes with VS Code called live server. If you don't have a live server, you can install it, or otherwise you can just double click on your index.html file, and this is going to open up in your default browser. Okay, so let's go further. So I don't think you are going to have any problem understanding these three lines. This is just a basic HTML H2 tag, and inside we had insert some texts in computer choice and the span tag for the choices we are going to show in between the span tags. And here we add an ID to select that element from our JavaScript later on. And this is second H2 is our choices gonna be, and third one is result. Okay, so let's now add some buttons. So yeah, this is the buttons. There's nothing I'm adding, just an ID for each buttons, rock, paper and scissor. And so I add this ID to later use it on our JavaScript for manipulating the DOM. Okay, yeah, hopefully you get it. Just nothing you don't understand. If you just know a little bit of HTML, you will get it. Okay, so let's now just come to our JavaScript file. So first of all, in JavaScript, what should we do? First, we had to think like a programmer, right? So in here, what we want our screen to be. Here we want our choices to appear, and the computer choice here and the result. So first of all, we want to target these elements, right? So first of all, we had to select them. So how can we select them? Inside the span tag, we had result and we had the ID. I added the ID by which we can select them. So let's just select all the elements we needed. Okay, so this is looking good. So we selected every element. I select this element with the help of a method called getElementById. So as you can guess from the name, it selects the element in our DOM which with a similar ID, and we add here the ID computer choice, the choice and the result. Okay, so this added these three elements, and the document is a object is an object of all the HTML we had in our web page. Okay, so through the document we can get all the access the all HTML. So if you don't know, just let me show you. Okay, That would be much better than just saying something. Okay, let's search document. So what is document? Okay, document, we get our document object. See, here we can access all our HTML in the document. Okay, document is just the object. You heard about DOM, document object model, and this is just it. Okay, and by get element by ID we can select the particular element with the same ID name. Okay, so yeah, we selected this three, but how can we select this three? Like, this is important, right? So we are going to use something called query selector all. This is you gonna use when, so let me just tell you a little bit about the query selector all. When you have multiple elements to select, we are using the query selector all, and here we use the element name button. So you can use index, you can use the ID, classes, and so on so forth, but we are using the element name button because we don't have much any other buttons here. But you should prefer, if you want, you could prefer like something like that, classes and btn, and add the btn to the specified class you want to select. But we are not going to use like that. We're just targeted those three elements by their element name button. Okay, and about, if you don't know, so let me just tell you a little bit again. The query selector all gonna return a node list to us. Okay, so there we can apply the array method called for each to go through the all the button we are going to have. Okay, so just let me, yeah, the possible choices that for each called, because it's for each element possible choice. For individual element we are going to add a even listener for it. Like when you're going to click on it, we want to do something. Okay, that's why click event, and this is after the click event we are also going to pass a callback function which gonna fire whenever we click, the event happens. Okay, and the e is a default parameter that gonna come. This is the event, and with the help of e we can access a lot of bunch of useful properties. Okay, so now let me just type it here. So what do we have here is a choice. Okay, first of all let's see what is e.target.id. So first of all, when you click on the paper, see the paper going to appear, and this paper is the ID of this button. So here we targeted this element, so there we say event.target.id, the targeted events ID. If we click on scissors, this is scissors and rock. Hopefully you get it. And we stored that in a user choice, which is a global variables. These three are global variables, so we can access them through all out our JavaScript file. Okay, so and then we have user choice display dot inner HTML. So user choice display is a span tag in between. Okay, and throughout the inner HTML we can set the inner HTML of that span tag equals to the ID we are going to set here. Okay, this is very simple. There's nothing you couldn't understand here. Okay, so let's just, and now here we have our user choice, our choice, but we don't do anything for computer. So for computer choice we are going to call a function called computer generated choice, generate computer choice. Okay, but we don't define the function here, but we call it. So because of it you can see we probably gonna have a warning or so, right? Yeah, on uncaught error, reference error, generate is not a defined. Okay, so we are going to define it now. So let's just define it. This is gonna be a function inside which we are going to generate a random number between 1 to 3. If you don't know about the random numbers, you could check out the docs or just go to the Stack Overflow to understand it. This is a very simple thing though. Let me tell you just a little bit. So math.random, this method gonna give you a number between, this is going to give you a fraction number in between 0 to 1, and we are going to multiply it with a 3, and the all over the dot floor method, it's gonna, like, if you get 2.9, it's gonna give you 2. Okay, this is gonna float down the value to the lowest integer. Okay, and then we're going to plus 1. So if we get 0, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is dead simple. So yeah, we are generating a random number for our computer to choose his choice, the computer choice randomly. Okay, so if here we are going to use if else statement rather than just using Swift. We can use Swift, but for the beginners approach, I am going to use very user friendly, just very common or basic things to code this game. Okay, if the random number equals to 1, the computer choice is gonna be rock. If the random number equals to 2, it's gonna be scissors. Otherwise, it's gonna be paper. So you get it. Now let me just go to the next line. And whenever computer choice display the computer span tag in the computer choice, the first extra element, and we are going to set the inner HTML of the span tag equals to computer choice, whatever choice the computer will gonna make, paper, scissors, and rock. So let's see. Rock. Okay, so here we choose rock, and the computer choose randomly paper. So okay, computer wins this case. So we are going to write the function for the showing the results, but let's just try it a little bit. We are paper, computer scissors. What is happening? Computer wins every time. Okay, this is a draw. This is a draw. Oh yeah. Oh no, my goodness, we are gonna like a loser. Computer rocks. Oh my goodness, now we are gonna win on time. So yeah, this is really fun to play sometimes with your computer rather than a friend. If you are introvert like me, this is gonna help you a lot. Okay, so now just create a function to showing the result for us. So let's just start it. So we call this a get result and had to define it. Yeah, so here you can see if the computer choice equals to user choice, it's gonna be a draw, because if computer is showing scissors and we are also choosing scissor, it should be draw. And if the computer choice equals to rock and user choice is paper, you win, means I win. These are just basic simple rules of the rock versus scissor game. So we are implementing with if. You can check it out in my GitHub report later on. So yeah, this is a bit simple. You could implement it by yourself too. And now just, so if it's just that, you don't get anything, like, yeah, see, we don't get anything. We don't set the result inner HTML to that. So let's just set the result display inner HTML to the result we are going to set. So yeah, so now our game is ready. So hope for the best, and let's see who's gonna win. Okay, I lose. I'm going to withdraw. You win. So let's just scissor this time. This is the lowest. Okay, I'm gonna just play it a lot again. Okay, that's all. So we are successfully completed the project. If you had any sort of doubt, comment me down, and also I'm gonna put my the project's GitHub repo in the description, so you're gonna check it out later to compare your code with mine. So yeah, so see you next time, guys. And if you learn something new from the video, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming JavaScript video like that.